Good morning, class. Sudden absence today. I apologize, but this video is going to describe to you what you're going to do with your project for the town hall discussion. So first of all, we're in classroom. We want to click on the graded discussion PDF. This file will open up. It has the instructions for you. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to simulate a conversation that members of Continental Congress might have had in 1776 about whether or not to declare independence from the United States. So our key question here is, should the 13 colonies declare themselves independent from British rule and create a new nation? So each of you are going to get a historical figure and which you're going to act as during the discussion. You're going to read the person's biography and their stance on that question, and you're going to come up with a written statement as to what your person's point of view is. Then the day of the discussion, we're going to go around the classroom, and each person is going to introduce themselves, like, I am Benjamin Franklin, I'm a member of the Sons of Liberty, and here's my stance on the question. After everybody shares their stance and we get a sense of just a brief statement of who everybody is, then we'll open up into just discussion where each side will try to convince each other that their side is right. Now, we're going to have characters in here that wouldn't necessarily be at Continental Congress, but we're just trying to simulate both sides of the argument as well as bring in some neutral people. Okay. One of the things that you're going to have to create for this project is going to be a name tag. So the name tag of the person, whether or not you're a patriot, a loyalist, or neutral, and a quote that describes your position. And the quote can be something the person really said. Now, for some of our more famous people, like Benjamin Franklin, it'll be easy to find something they said. For other people, you might want to make something up based on what you read in their short biography. So it doesn't have to be a real quote, but it could be something that they should be something that they might have said. If you want to see examples of name tags, go walk up to my desk, look at my desk. Those are some of the best ones from past years. It gives you an idea of what we're looking for as far as a name tag. We also have to create a propaganda poster for this project. There are some great examples of propaganda posters in the back room on the corkboard. The ones that says it's common sense to be a patriot for Thomas Paine, and the other one about the taxes and acts. So if you want to take a look at those, they don't have to be that size. They could be an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper created on the computer. So you can use digital graphics and things like that. You can draw it if you want, or you can make a larger poster if you want. But the key part here is that it has to include images and a slogan that supports your point of view. So if you're a patriot, you need to share that point of view and be persuasive. Remember, that's the point of propaganda, is to persuade. If you're a loyalist, your propaganda obviously will be slanted towards that side. And if you're a neutral person, you want to make a poster that reflects the point of view that maybe you don't want to go to war. Remember, there were a lot of people, we saw that clip of Benjamin Martin in the Patriot. There are a lot of people that maybe supported patriotism but weren't willing to go to war, or supported the loyalists but weren't willing to go to war. So your propaganda should support that, and you can clearly get that position across, but it should include something along the lines of no war if you are neutral. Okay? So you guys want to prepare some note cards. That'll have your written statement on it, what you're going to say. Again, you have to tell us who you are briefly, very short, and then a brief statement on your stance. We're talking about a minute or less for that. And you probably want to write that on note cards so you can just read it and not have to worry about memorizing it. And then during the open discussion, we're going to be arguing those ideas about independence. And by this point, we're pretty clear, I think, on why the colonists wanted to declare independence. And then the opposite of that would be why the loyalists wanted to remain part of Great Britain. And I'll post a couple of things to help you out with that as well. As far as grading goes, basically, if you show up and you have a propaganda poster and you read a statement and then you have a name tag and everything in with that is great, you show your statement, you speak, and then that's it. You are guaranteed 18 out of 20 points, which is a 90%. If you want to get 100 on this after we go around and read everybody else's statements, then you need to speak again and get involved in the conversation. And there's going to be a couple different ways that we can do that. It'll either be by speaking, or I will also have a Padlet open where you can type some of your answers as well. So It's really, really, really easy to get 20 out of 20 points on this project as long as you show up prepared. You complete all the different parts of the assignments as far as the name tag, the poster, and your written statement. And then you participate once, either verbally or by typing on the Padlet. Okay, so as far as the rest of the project then, here's the checklist. So make sure that you're doing everything on the checklist. So make sure that you are hitting all these different points. So basically check them off as you go through and you're preparing the project. And then don't worry about this class notes slide. That's just from the project. And here are the biographies for each person. So I'm going to post a list for each class about who is who, and then you'll know who your person is. You're going to use this particular biography. You're going to read it. If you want to look up anything else online about these people, you're more than welcome to do that. And then, again, prepare a short statement about who you are and your stance on whether or not the colony should declare independence, and you will be good to go. If you have any specific questions, you can post them as comments in Classroom underneath this assignment, and I will try to answer them as best that I can. So again, look for your name and the particular person that you're going to be. Read this, go back to the checklist, make sure you're doing everything, and then Friday we discuss with propaganda posters, name tags, should we declare independence. I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow.